What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be building the squad that I'm going to be taking into the Gauntlet this weekend to try and secure my third Luke Lachey this season. We've been kind of off and on. Maybe my fourth Luke Lachey. I don't even know how many times I've won in the Gauntlet this season. But it's been one of the main reasons that my squad is super good. So, hoping that I can go this weekend and win 10 games in the Gauntlet. It's just going to be a weird weekend. Recently, I've played earlier than normal. However, this weekend, it's not going to be that. I'm going to have to play each and every one of these games on Sunday and maybe even Monday. And so, it's going to be an interesting weekend. I'm hoping at the end of it that I can get the job done. Now, this is the squad that I'm going to be building. So, I don't have each and every one of these cards yet, but they are cards that I'm planning on eventually picking up for my specific squad. Quarterback, I've got him, and nothing's going to change. It is going to be Jameis Winston. I don't know what it is about Jameis Winston, but I love the card. I can't even put my finger on why I like him so much. To me, I just think the card is an overall beast of a card. He throws the ball extremely well. He has decent speed. I do wish he was maybe slightly faster, but I don't care. Jameis Winston is my quarterback until he can't be. Now, running back. Here's the interesting thing. I'm going to run Caleb Johnson at my running back position. However, if Darren McFadden goes down to, let's say, 200,000 coins, I'll buy him tomorrow. I'm not going to hesitate when it comes down to getting Darren McFadden with 92 speed. Great juke move. So elusive in the open field. So just keep an eye on that come tomorrow. If his price does dip, I will pick him up for my specific squad. Now, right now, I'm planning on getting Zachariah Branch at my wide receiver position. Now, this is one that I don't know if I'm super, super fond of the idea. But I feel like wide receivers are hard to come by, especially to the level of Zachariah Branch. So I've got my eye on him. I'm trying to find a good time to obviously buy the card. But right now, he is super expensive. So hopefully, he can go down a little bit in price and I can pick the card up and run him and just have so much success with him. However, he is pretty expensive right now in this game. Wide receiver 2, I'm planning on getting Dominic Levitt, another card that I think is an absolute beast. I've seen some today for, pretty cheap. I need to snag him if I find him for like 130, 140. Because again, runs great routes, catches the ball, gets open. Dominic Levitt, an absolute beast of a wide receiver. At my wide receiver 3, a card that I'm for sure picking up is Braylon Edwards, a card that is going to lose some of his value come tomorrow. And when he does, he is a must-buy type of card. Braylon Edwards is an absolute beast of a card. And 91 speed, great deep route running, decently tall. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Braylon Edwards is for sure going to play for me. At the fullback position, Caleb Driscoll, he's fine. I don't really ever run the card, but I don't run a fullback too often. But he is just fine to play. Now, offensive line. I run the ball just as much as I pass the ball. So, gonna plug in some guys that can run block. Malik Williams, great run blocking, good strength across the board. He can play left guard position. I'm gonna plug in Justin Mayers. Again, run blocking is really solid. A card that I can throw out on the field and can trust to do his job. Center position, I'm trying to sell my Dismukes. So if he sells, I really want to pick up the Logan Jones card. Why? Number 1, he's an Iowa Hawkeye. Number 2, look at his stats, guys. He's a great run blocker, but he's a good pass blocker as well. Logan Jones, underrated on this game. Right guard position, I really like Brock Dew. I'm going to try to get this card, at least at some stage. If I can't, again, there are some other options that I can obviously go with down here, especially like Spindler's really solid. Rutledge is really good as well. But at the end of the day, I just don't want to overspend at the right guard position. If I get a card for a solid price, I'm obviously going to pick him up. Like Brock Dew, I think I just got for 107. That's tough to pass up, especially when I run the ball as much as I do. At the right tackle position, I'm plugging in Francis. I know Francis isn't necessarily like the most hyped up card, but I run the ball more than I pass the ball, and he's a good run blocker. For 50,000 coins, you can't go wrong with getting Francis. And at the tight end position, it might be my last week of running the card, but I've got Luke Lachey and I haven't been able to sell him. So I guess I'm running Luke Lachey again and hoping that he can lead me to a win in the Gauntlet. So this is the offense I'm going to be running. Basically 2 million coins. A lot of that being in Luke Lachey and Zachariah Branch. Now again, I don't even have Zachariah Branch yet. He's a card that I'm trying to get, but right now is just a little too expensive for my liking. And again, at the center position, we're struggling to figure things out. Now we're gonna head to the defensive side of the ball. In my opinion, the more fun side of the ball to look at. Let's start off at the defensive line. I want to start off at the defensive tackle position. Bear Alexander. If you don't know about Bear Alexander, you will. You will soon, because this card is an absolute beast of a card. Great block shed, great power move, gonna get after the quarterback. He is just so good on this game. So hopefully you guys know and realize how good Bear Alexander is, because the card is an absolute stud. At my backup defensive tackle, Walter Nolan, I don't think you can do much better than those two guys at your defensive tackle positions. Cornerback position, Benjamin Morrison is going to be my cornerback one. There's just really no question about it. He's better in zone coverage and man coverage, but overall an absolute beast. Noah Williams, my cornerback two. Cornerback three, I'm tomorrow going to pick up Darqueze Dennard. I'm going to run more of a zone scheme than a man scheme this weekend. I'm going to have great zone corners, and they're going to get the job done for me. There's going to be no questions asked. I know that these guys are going to get it done. They've got great speed, great in zone coverage, and I trust them to get the job done. Probably will pick up Jabbar Muhammad as my last cornerback, just because, again, he's got the good speed, fits the zone coverage scheme. He's going to be an absolute beast. At the right end position, a lot of people want to hype up all these different cards, and that's fine. Give me Dylan Stewart as good as anybody else. I love Dylan Stewart. For 54,000 coins, he is a must-have at the right end position. Left end position, I'm still unsure. Now, hear me out. I really do like TJ Parker. I think he's a really good card to add to your specific squad. However, does he give you that much more than Jack Sawyer? I don't think so. So I'm going to be running Jack Sawyer this weekend, and if I can't get a TJ Parker for cheap, I'll probably look to pick him up as well, and then that way I can just have both of them and then run both of them ultimately if I want to. But the left end position right now, honestly, on this game is pretty stacked. Free safety position, Caleb Downs. I'd like Saunders Jr., but it's just not realistic. Again, another card that I would really like to pick up for my squad. He's got 93 speed, 94 acceleration. But for his price right now, it just doesn't make sense. He is, 400,000 more than Caleb Downs. Doesn't really make sense, although Saunders Jr. is an absolute beast. Right outside linebacker, Kyle Lewis. I don't even necessarily think this card is perfect. However, I got him out of a BND pack, so what am I supposed to do? He's just got to play for me at this stage. I do want to say I do like the card. It's just the fact that, again, I think there are better right outside linebackers, that I could possibly pick up. But, Lewis, you're going to be fine. You're just a little undersized for my liking. Middle linebacker position, I'm going to be running Katzenmoyer. Why? His price is going to go down tomorrow. He is a fine card. He's 6'4", 89 speed, 92 acceleration. I mean, you look at the rest of these cards, they're, in my opinion, not as good as Katzenmoyer, and they're going to be more expensive. I do like Manti Te'o a little bit more, but obviously his price is just not realistic for me. So Katzenmoyer for, 150,000 coins or cheaper come tomorrow, a card I can get behind. Other middle linebacker, Jay Higgins. I still got the card, still going to run him. I've got no issues running Jay Higgins whatsoever. Left outside linebacker position, I'm still running Kyle Kennard, guys. If you aren't, I want to know who you're running at the left outside linebacker position, because you don't have many options. Jacob Rodriguez is fine. If you play a lot of coverage, he's going to be okay. But again, if you want a guy that can get after the quarterback and play in coverage, Kyle Kennard is your guy. Strong safety position. It's tough. I'm going to be honest. The strong safety position on this game right now is super tough. Super bleak. Obviously, Amari Farrell would be really nice to have. Jalen Stroman would be the second best guy to have. But for me, I'm running Nick Emenworry. That's who I'm running. And if you want to sit here and hate on it, that's fine. But he's got 89 speed, 89 acceleration. He is 6'3". He is the card I'm running, and I do not love a lot of the cards we got. I know you can upgrade them at the end of the season, all those types of things. But to me, this is the card that I'm absolutely going to run. Not great in man coverage, but everything else he does at a really high level. So I'm going to plug him in and see what he gives me at the strong safety position. Now, here's the situation. We've seen squads that I've ran in the past that have been way more expensive than the squad I'm going out there with. So just realize that this is not going to be a squad of the best team in the game. However, it's going to be a squad of a team that I'm comfortable with, that I think is going to lead me to the promised land. Even Katzenmoyer, Dennard, and a guy like Braylon Edwards. Those are cards I like that are going to play for me, but those guys and their prices should go down by tomorrow. And so I'm kind of counting on those guys and their prices to just go down slightly so I can pick them up, run them, and ultimately have success with them. So hoping that their prices ultimately do drop, as well as even getting a Dominic Lovett, Zachariah Branch by the end of today, because again, I don't know what their prices are going to be like, but this is the squad that I'm going to go out there and run with. And honestly, I think I'm going to get another Luke Lachey at the end of it. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.